What's up, everyone? This is your Semaji, and I'd like to make an announcement regarding all the contents regarding Ballistic Overkill and towards the future. And probably the thing is that since the game is slowly declining and there's a lot of major problems regarding the game right now, I kind of feel like that Ballistic Overkill is not really the same as I thought it would be over the years I've been playing it. And to be honest though, even despite the fact I managed to get all these recordings for you guys to enjoy, most of the recordings I actually had to get through to get that particular clipping, there will be always those players that will actually use the chat box in game and voice their frustrations against me because that whenever I come into a match and they actually have to put up with me in the match, and basically as you see with my gameplays, I outright just play what I normally play and just normally get these high scores, but towards the very other end who actually are my opponents, I could feel your frustration right now because they could always have to face me every single day that I actually play this game, and they just don't want to put up with it. And sometimes majority of the players actually leave the match because they don't want to put up with me. And of course, I would return to the fact that I don't have any matches I can give you guys for videos and such. And another problem is the fact that for the whole game itself revolving around the leaderboard, I do strive for the leaderboard sometimes, but however, if I really want to have enjoyed the game as is, there will always be those players out there that actually will be playing particular class they play at best. And for example, if one player actually keeps on playing Wraith for every round and he's happen to be good at it, that alone, that kind of like kills the fun out of me of playing other characters when playing some experimental builds or playing other weapons. And I actually have to go against this player who's actually going to try so hard just to strive from the leaderboard or just to show off the skills of that particular character they play the most. And for me, on the other hand, who's actually playing some other character with some weapon I don't normally play and try to get these recordings for you guys, that's really hard task on my end because I actually have to go against this players who are actually trying so hard while I'm trying to join the game as is, and apparently I'm basically getting outgunned every time because he's been happy to be so good at it. And I just feel like it's pretty much a chore that I have to go against these players that are grinding for the leaderboard, while me on the other hand are trying to do some experimental build for you guys or show up particular skins so you guys can see what would actually happen if we actually have those skins unlocked. And that alone just basically frustrates me to the point that I can't enjoy the game as much as I want to. And obviously there's more problems building onto that, and this is actually related to the game engine itself of Unity. And whenever I actually play this match, it kind of populates at least 12 players of a whole match, there will actually be this problem where my actual frame rate itself will actually drop pretty much significantly. And before, I'm actually used to playing my new monitor I actually got recently, and it can go up to 165 hertz, and which is roughly around 165 frames per second. And as the match later goes on, or any new players jump into the game, that frame rate from 165 will actually drop significantly to around 50, and also the refresh rate will actually kind of neuter itself to almost 60 hertz. And this also leads to another disappointment in the game because this is actually the problem with the engine itself. And I actually did some research regarding this problem, and there's a lot of developers who actually use that particular engine. I also encountered this issue, and this is actually started when the whole entire game got a Unity update. And to be honest though, the previous version that we had before was straight up fine. It was pretty consistent and literally there was no problems, but with this particular update that came into Ballistic Overkill, that kind of killed the whole entire game, and it makes the game even more unenjoyable. Even if I actually have a higher end rig that I have right now, that can even suffer its fate of micro shuttering, which I actually did mention before. And possibly the final thing I actually have to put up with this is actually the fact that Aquarius themselves almost completely abandoned the game, and even their last developer named Hansa, who actually been giving us a lot of updates and been managing the game for the entire year of 2018, but for the year of 2019 there was no signs of him being around. And even Mad Madness actually checked his Steam account, and the last time he logged in was actually 6 months ago, and that pretty much is bad news for us because there's no one out there who's going to manage the game, and pretty much the game is at a stalemate right now with no updates, no fixes, and probably the best thing about it is like there's no balance changes at all. So everything will be static as is. And whenever we came playing about certain weapon buffs or nerfs and such, that's not going to happen at all. And that just makes things a lot more stale for my taste. And whenever I jump into the game of Ballistic Overkill, it will just be the exact same thing as I played yesterday, and I actually have to put up with the exact same problems I actually mentioned before. And for the future of Ballistic Overkill videos, however, if you guys are curious about that, rather than my concerns for the game, this could probably lead to the impact of my frequency playing the game because of these issues. And if I were to play it, I might just have to do a live stream ahead of time as an announcement so you guys can actually prepare or schedule your time just to play with me and just have fun together. But other than that, I just don't think I can see myself playing Ballistic Overkill any much longer because of these issues. And I'd like to give my thanks and sincerity to you guys for supporting me all this time just by simply watching my videos, commenting, or just even interacting with me in-game. And that alone just creates a whole experience with me as a Thai Korea Ballistic Overkill. And I just don't want to say this as a goodbye and all, but it's almost towards the end of that life point that I just can't put up any longer, and I can't really care up the game if the developers doesn't even care about their game at all. And yeah, I'd just like to conclude this video with a sincere appreciation for you guys and with your continued support. And I will try to somehow release more montages I actually have in my hard drive just for you guys to keep you guys engaged, but just don't expect a lot more frequent gameplay videos as for now because of these issues. And yeah, that's just be it for me. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay videos I would actually be posting as you see as of right now. And if you actually want to give some comments regarding this topic that I actually did mention you guys, you can drop it down below and I probably will reply immediately, as I should have been doing the past few videos, but I've just been busy towards my end at work and all. And yeah, I'd just like to conclude this video. Thank you for watching all this time. And when we actually catch you together again in Ballistic Overkill, we'll see that day when it happens. But for now though, this is probably a goodbye for now. This is Fruit 7G, and I'll be signing out.
Target.